homemade beans, washed up, rinsed, checked, soaked. I put a heaping teaspoon of chicken bouillon in. These are pinto beans, water to cover, onion, about a half teaspoon or so to start off with pepper, a splash of olive oil, and a very important cumin, one of the more important things. So that's going to start with a good, let's see, a little bit more, good teaspoon. Get this stirred up. And this piece of meat right here is a pork roast I cut in half that was on sale. And so whatever they have on sale is what I use. So get all that seasoning in there. Get this rinsed off so it gets down in there. Give it a good stir. Get this up to a boil. Keep checking it because you want to make sure that beans are pretty much covered just like this. They're going to cook like about 2.5 hours, maybe more, but I did do a really good rinse on them. I did a soak where I just did water to cover, put it on, let it come to a boil, kept the lid on and let them set, rinse that all out and put fresh water in. So let's start simmering. So that's a pretty good sell, and I cut this in half, and probably you don't want to see that, but I'm putting this fat I cut off into the freezer until my garbage day. So I have the other half that I'm just going to steam with a bunch of seasoning, and half of this is in with the beans. Many people call them soup beans, and my mom just called them pinto beans, and then I will have that for the next 3 days, and then I can actually make it also pretty much everything lasts the week. So that's how much for that one piece of meat, $2.99 a pound. Pretty good, all trimmed up. So I got this other half wrapped up tight, and I will put that on tomorrow. And this will make other dishes. So soup beans, pinto beans, and then I make refried beans. And I have cilantro, onion, green onion, tomato, and with all of that, I'll make up like a side salad salsa. And then with this, I'm just gonna bake it with potatoes in the oven. So as you probably already do, make sure you always taste your food for your last flavoring. So these beans, plenty of juice, don't need to add any more water, chicken broth, whatever your preference is. So we have the meat, ooh, nice and tender. So that'll just be falling apart, or take it out this way, or you could just leave it in and it will shred or just chunk up. Okay, so I turn that off. So over here, let me taste the bean. Nice and soft. Definitely needs more flavor. Let's look at the juice, taste that. Okay, so we're going to need a little bit more flavor. Cumin. As you know from earlier, I had decided to use the chicken bouillon. Let's get more of that in. About a teaspoon more. A little bit more Lowry salt. Easy on your salt. Keep tasting if you need to. A little bit of Kinder's It definitely needs to be kicked up a little bit. A little bit of white pepper, smoked paprika. You gotta get flavor to have good food. Just watch over and do it in sections as you cook. The first part of your cooking, and really for me it's the last part, the final. Okay, now let me put a little bit more in the bowl. Stir, stir, stir. This is just about the final step. You think they're looking good? Okay, let's give this a taste. Pretty darn good. The beans are really soft and delicious. I'm going to be teaching myself how to make homemade flour tortillas soon, so you're going to want to join me for that. But for right now, we're going to let these set and finish marrying together. And if you've got big chunks like this, kind of like my mom used to do, they normally just kind of disintegrate. But when I'm going to take out my cup and mash it and put it back in, I can take that with me. Mash, mash, put it back in. Perfect. Remember to make up some fresh veggies for the side that duplicate any type of a chunky salsa that you like. And I just love cilantro, red onion, avocado, tomato, green onion. I just do a light olive oil, lots of seasoning, a little bit of seasoned rice vinegar, toss it together, and it's absolutely delicious on the side of your beans. And also, I add some of these ingredients to the final step, which is really just about done. I was thinking instead of taking a cup out of the bowl, just mash it lightly if you want that same effect. You can take a cup out like my mom did, but because this is a hefty pot, it's not going to scratch it. So let's just mash a little bit in those big pieces of onion, which we don't mind whatsoever. But for your family, you'll have to do what's best for you. So mashing this up, and I'm going to add the meat back in. I've shredded it. And there you have it. My style of a soup bean. Delicious. And I make them different every time with different meat, different consistency, more or less liquid, sometimes some different flavors, but for the most part, this is a way to get wonderful, delicious pinto soup beans, my mom and I style. Thank you for joining Dana's Daily Doodles. Have a great day.